time for practice, do what you're watching time for practice. And I felt it, and I'm sure everybody else has. But you kind of get down. And you're like, oh man, it's gonna be a tough practice. Anybody felt that? I have. Maybe your weight's a little high, and you're like, oh, it's gonna be a tough practice today. Because I really want to go. There's a difference between a wrestler and someone else. Anybody can be a wrestler, just so you guys know. Anybody. You can take a basketball player and make him a good wrestler. And what makes a good wrestler is his mentality. Okay, good wrestlers, in between their ears, they're all the same. I promise you. When it gets tough, they push back. Okay? Everything about a good wrestler is the same between the ears. They might do things different, work out different. Everybody works hard when you get to college level, like Ben and I. Everybody works hard. Okay? So the difference is in between their ears. Okay? So what you need to build, I don't know, it's kind of a weird, I haven't really thought about mentality. I think it comes inside. It's a lot of feelings. And for me, especially when I started, I don't like to lose, you know. And nobody does, but it's all about what you're going to do about it, okay? Sometimes you lose. I've lost a lot. I lose in board games all the time. I hate it, okay? And you don't have to like losing, okay? But you got to know how to use it. You can't get mad. You can't. Sometimes you'll cry. You know, it's worth it to let it out. But you just got to go back the next day and work at it. The guys who win are the ones who lose and learn from it. If you take your loss and you get mad and you throw your headgear and you storm off and you never think about that match again, you're not going to learn. You didn't learn anything. You just got mad. So, you know, control yourself. One thing my coach always said was, one time in high school, my freshman year, I was losing. The kid was like choking me. I'm down by a couple points, and you know, I didn't know what to do. This kid was a junior or something, and he's beating me. And I start crying, and I start getting mad, and he grabs me. In the middle of the match, I come off, he grabs me, he says, keep your composure. Okay, because this kid was in my head. He was frustrating me, I didn't know what to do, and he said, keep your composure. So I went back to the center of the mat, I was down, chose down, got up, got away, took him down, won the match by points. Alright? So what you need to do is you need to keep your head on. And a lot of this stuff you might not understand right now. I'm having a hard time explaining it, but as you wrestle and as you get in these situations, you'll probably understand it more. If that makes sense. Make sense? Okay. So when you go into the practice room every day, you gotta think of a couple things, okay? One, making it there. Just being there, you're gonna get better, okay? And then two, if you're there, you might as well work hard, right? You already made it there, you might as well work hard. Whether it's tough or whether it's an easy day, if you have the toughest guy in the room to practice with or the not so tough, make it tough every time. If you're there, you might as well make it worth your time. Right? And for me, that was a big thing in college. Okay, was you don't get to wrestle the guy you want every day, and maybe you want to take the day off, but if I'm wrestling the smallest kid in the room or the biggest and I work the same, it's going to benefit me more. You know, you need to be selfish about it, and you need to make sure that you're working hard, not just to get a sweat, but mentally too. And every practice doesn't have to be physical, you know. Some practices, all you do is drill. What good does that do? Really?
It builds your mind so you can remember it.
Builds your mind so you can remember. Remember your shots, remember your setups, all that stuff. Sometimes seasons get long too. You guys ever felt like the season was forever and you're still cutting weight and you're like, why am I still doing this? Okay, I've done that a lot. College season is a lot longer than high school season. Okay, so when you get to that level, you'll think you're crazy for even staying. But by the time you get to that level, you'll probably love it so much you don't even care. Not to speak for Ben, but for me and Ben, and a lot of other college guys, you know, we love this. It's kind of weird that you love coming in here, getting your butt kicked every day, making yourself sweat and puke and cry, but there's something inside when you want to be a champion and when you want to win that you'll do anything for. And that's the mentality you got to have. When I come out on the mat, okay, so we weighed in, we ate, we're sitting there. You gotta have the right mentality. What do you guys think about before your match? Move. Your move? His move? Anything else? You're gonna win? Okay. Alright, well, I'll just go through what I do, okay? So, every day, just about every day, I warm up the same, okay? For practice, for matches. So, when I go to matches, I warm up the same, okay? So, weigh in, I get my stuff on, I go warm up, okay? I jog, I loosen up, I roll my shoulders, I do my cartwheels, okay? I do everything the same. If you watch me, any film or anything, I'll do everything the same. And I don't know if I'm superstitious or not, but I just like to keep things constant, okay? If everything's constant for me, I feel good, and the only thing that changes is the name on the card that I got. So, I warm up, I get ready, I'm in the back, I roll my ankles out, I roll my knees out. You know, I look up in the stands, I see my parents or whatever, they're there, I'm glad they're there. You know, I have my headgear, my mouth guard, my shoes, I'm ready to wrestle. When I go out on the mat, okay, I'm not really thinking about anything, honestly. I'm not thinking about winning, I'm not thinking about losing, okay, I'm not thinking about high crotch, or a single, or my snaps, or anything, okay? I've already done all that thinking. I thought for weeks and months before in the wrestling room. I've worked it, and I'm going to hit whatever I know how to hit. Whatever opportunities I have, that's what I'm going to take. I'm not going to force anything. So I walk out on the mat, and for me, I always wipe my legs, okay? So the last thing I do before I step on the line is I wipe my legs, I wipe my hands, and that means I'm ready, okay? I haven't done, but I've been around a lot of mental psychologist guys, and they like set. Has anybody done yoga? They always like reset you. They like do some stuff, and they say some weird word, and it like resets you. So in between each move, they reset. So every time I get ready, I wipe and I'm set. That's my set. As soon as I step on the line, I'm ready to go. And from that moment, it's not about winning or losing, it's I get to wrestle. Okay? No matter what happens, I get to wrestle. That's how it is for me. That's how it's always been. Okay? So the matches where I've thought about winning and losing are the worst matches I can remember. Things went terrible. Some of them I lost, some of them I won, but they were terrible matches. Okay? So my advice to you is to enjoy wrestling, okay? Work hard in the room. When you get to the match, enjoy it. It's the best part ever, guys. I mean, that's where you get to show your stuff. You work hard in here, no one gets to see it. Your parents might not get to see it. You get out on the mat, everybody gets to see how hard you've been working. And that's where it shows. If you haven't been working hard in the room, you can tell when they step on the mat. I've seen some guys in our practice room, and I know they're not working hard, and I see them step out on the mat, and I just close my eyes, because I know it's going to be a terrible match. You know, it makes me sick. But for the guys I know that are working hard, I'm excited for them. I know they're ready to wrestle, and they want to wrestle. So I step on the line, I can't wait. I'm so excited to finally wrestle. I wade in, my belly's full, I'm wrestling. It's awesome. Okay? And then you just go. You know, you gotta pull your mind and your worries aside, and you just gotta let it flow. And that's the best way to do it, reaction. During matches, a lot of stuff goes wrong, you know, it doesn't always go the way you plan. You watch film, you plan it out, you know, you think you have a game plan. It might work, that's good stuff, but it might not. And when things go bad, you just gotta keep going. My first couple years in college, I would get taken down first time. The first takedown, I would give it up every time. So I was always down 2-0 right off the start, basically. And I don't know if it was a mental thing or what it was, but like I couldn't get started. I had a hard time starting to wrestle. So I didn't think about, oh, I'm down 2-0. I just thought about what I had to do to stay ahead, you know. And every time I'm down, if I'm down 8-0 and I'm up 8-0, I wrestle the exact same, guys. It doesn't matter. I don't change anything because it's not gonna help. If I'm up 8-0 and I decide to take it easy, what's gonna happen? I'm gonna give up a bunch of points. He's gonna come back and it's gonna be a close match. I'm gonna have to start wrestling again. Why not just wrestle the whole time and score 16? You know, finish the match. So wrestling the same whether you're up or down, okay? This week we'll get into some top and some bottom. Okay, I love those positions, guys. On your feet is fun, top and bottom is more fun, okay? And I have a very strong mentality on top, okay? I'll promise you right now I can ride everybody out right now in this room because I know I'm better than you. You might have the best moves, the quickest escapes or whatever, but I'm going to ride you, and I'm going to score. I know because I've worked on it, I know my moves, and, you know, I've been doing it for a while. Okay? Also, at the same time, I can get away from anybody here. Okay? How do I know that? Because I've worked on it, okay, and I know, I'm confident. The things that I know, the things that I work on, no one can ride me. Alright? You put 2 legs in, you put 1 leg in, you can probably lock your hands. I'm still gonna get away. Alright? And it's all in my head. Every time I wrestle, for me, you guys don't have to do it every time, I choose down. Okay? It's just what I do. So I need a point. I know I need a point, and I'm gonna choose down. Sometimes I probably should chose something else, but that's just the way I am. I choose down. I'm confident, and I'm going to choose down. At the same time, I'm confident in my top. If you choose down, you'll never choose down on me again. Okay? If you watch my matches, smart guys, they start choosing neutral on me because they're not going to go down. And it's just a mentality that I have.